What's up, my dude? Should I make some room for you? Ow! Jack. Ow. Really hate that you have to see the top there. With 3DS, I can change it. Yeah. So like sometimes my finger hovers over the B button of the Xbox controller to press B, and sometimes it goes to X. And sometimes like maybe it would make more sense for X to be A and then ow. No. This is A. Ow. This will be B. That will be you will be X. You will be X, X will be B, A will be A, and Y will be Y, I guess. Yeah, yeah. A and X were switched. B was the X button, and A was the B button. Is A. But I do this every time, don't I? B is this. X is that. No, no, no. That will be that. You can even see B is B. X is X. Y is Y. Are they all just exactly what they are? B. Yeah. So with like, okay, this is the problem. You see that? And that is the problem. And also, this is a DS game, so it's like you're holding it differently, so your finger's gonna go over a different button. Anyways, what is it? Orberg City Pokemon. Orberg City Pokemon Gym. Leader, Rourke. Call me Rourke the Rock. I would rather not do that, sir. Howdy, how's it going, Champ to be? That's what I said to a really impatient boy earlier, too. The gym leader is a user of Rock-type Pokemon. But listen, Rock-type Pokemon really hate water, alright? They're also weak to Grass-type moves. Gee, they sure have weaknesses. But don't think it'll be easy. Don't think it will be easy. You don't get to be a gym leader without covering for weaknesses. Going after Rock-type Pokemon with a Fire-type Pokemon won't be easy either. Thanks. That's all the advice I can give. Thanks for listening. Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I feel like he's gonna have stronger Pokemon, and I need to train. But that's what these guys are for. Oh no, I already did that. Welcome. This is the Orberg. Did I already face him and lose? I don't know. Welcome, this is the Orberg Pokemon Gym. I'm Rourke, the gym leader. I can't speak tonight. I'm but one trainer who decided to walk proudly with rock-type Pokemon. As the gym leader, I need to see your potential as a trainer. And I'll need to see the toughness of the Pokemon that you battle with. Pokemon, not Pokemon. Sometimes when I say Pokemon, it comes out Pokemon, but it's not Pokemon. Also, is it Digimon or is it Digimon? Because digital. I guess that's the same stupid logic that people who think it's a GIF and not GIF say. And people are like, I don't care if the guy that created the acronym said it's one way. I say it's another way because I know better than the person who made it. And then another person's like, oh, the person that made things doesn't own it. Yeah, they do. Oh, whatever. I tried with Zubat. Keep him in. That's lame. That's also lame. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay. See, and now, like, when I go to the menu, I want to press the actual B button to get out of it. But when I go to run, I want to press X. Holy shit. That's why. Right. A is still A. A is A no matter what. An A is an A no matter how A. A is a A. A. Oh, so I went to Toronto for the NF clinic appointment, which, again, another appointment that could have been done over the phone, and now basically I'm not going to have yearly appointments there because my condition has gone beyond just having NF, because now I have cancer and it's kind of out of their hands now. And I also didn't go downtown to the ODSP building. I don't think it was because I woke up late, stayed up late. My dad said we're not going because it's probably going to be a waste of time, and if can't get done what we want to get done, like we can't see them or we're denied, then he's going to get really pissed off. So there you go, there's the update on that. Not that anyone is asking. I think that triggers for, like, an electric type move. Not a physical move. Or like an attacking move. A damage inducing move. Which I don't have, obviously. I guess that's what I do, just stun spore and then fucking send in a Pokemon. See, like, cats were worshipped as gods. Bidoof are gods. Maybe, I don't know. I mean the beavers. I'm saying beavers are better than cats, and they're not. But, you see, that's kind of interesting that I'm comparing beavers to cats, because beaver and pussy are both slang terms for vagina. Think about that. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. I just was like, haha, Bidoof is God. I love cats, they're gods. And then like, I kind of just gave myself that one. It was perfect. Oh, what did I do? I was trying to frickin'... Got it. I'm fucking high off of sleepiness. Fucking... God damn it. There. Back through to level 6. That's the progress I'm making. Basically none. Well, fuck. It's a good thing I have the speedy speed. Man. What fucking... I just randomly said Japan. You don't even know, like, what was going on in my head there. I don't even know what was going on in my head there. I must be really, really, really tired. Better like make this like a short episode or something, because I want a code. I'll just leave that to the morning. I'm like falling asleep. Went into the hospital where I was like, fucking, I'm so tired. What does it look like with... Oh yeah, it's like that with the characters. See Jack, the chat. It's a good idea. I wish this generation had the whole you get experience for catching Pokemon thing, but that wasn't until Gen 6. Or X and Y, or Kalos, if you prefer. I wouldn't prefer to say Kalos. X and Y would do. Gen 6, I guess. Wait, I'm still on the screen, so just hold on a second. Okay. Let's do this. Number 90. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Number 90. Ponyta, the Fire Horse Pokemon. Fire type. 3 feet, 3 inches, 66.1 pounds. As a newborn, it can barely stand. However, through galloping, its legs are made tougher and faster. I feel like that was pretty good. Not naming her Pokemon at all. But a fire type... The dude said fire type would be bad against rock type, obviously. Like, obviously he said it, but obviously he's right. Regrew. This is the frickin' training strategy. Stun Spore them and then use all the other Pokemon so they get experience points. And I can beat Rorik with a well-balanced team or a variety team. A well-varied team. I've been streaming for like 30 minutes. So I guess I'm not beating Rorik, so I put that as the title, although this thing still says I am the knight. I had to refresh this computer. It's still, now it's facing the first gym of Sinnoh. So, and immediately I was like, you know what? No, I need to train. That doesn't sound familiar at all, does it? That never happens to me. Ever. Ever. Tell anybody about it, I'll kill your dog. Not really. That was a video that Dana showed me when we were actually friends. It was like a cheesy video about like stranger danger for kids, and there's like, I don't know if it was specifically like pedophiles, but there's the one dude who's like, if you tell anybody, I'll kill your dog. He's like, what the fuck? That slope's too slippery. You'll need a bike to get up. You don't have a bicycle? There's a cycle shop in Eterna City. Well, fuck you. I don't know. No, I don't have a bike. A fucking... Yes, a Psyduck. Another water type. And a female. That's interesting. Misty Psyduck is a male, right? Yay! Another Pokemon! More things for me to turn into robot voices. Not that I care, I enjoy doing that. Number 40. Psyduck. Actually, me, I'll restart because I moved my mic. 3, 2, 1. And I said number 40 as well. 3, 2, 1. Number 43. Psyduck. The Dyke Pokemon. Oh my god. No, that's fucking... That's Bidoof. Hold on. Are lesbians called dykes because it's like it's referring to like a masculine lesbian who's like a big wall that you can't pass? Or is it something to do with beavers? No, a dike is not what beavers build. That's a den, right? A dam. It's a similar concept, though. So it's not the beaver thing. I'm stupid. The dike, Psyduck, the dike Pokemon. Is that in Pokemon Clover? And it's also a girl. That's my headcanon. This Psyduck is gay. 3, 2, 1. Number 43. Psyduck, the duck Pokemon. Water type. 2 feet. 2 feet. 2 feet. Wait, I said that. 3, 2, 1. My god. 3, 2, 1. Number 43. Psyduck. It's the 2 feet, 7 inches, or 2 feet. No, that's what I said. 2 feet, and also Psyduck, or the Dike Pokemon. Excuse me. Is that Chrissy or Jack there? I don't like, quickly waking up my kids from sleeping, but I never know if they're just laying there, resting their eyes, or if they're actually sleeping. Like, sometimes all I have to do is, and they look at me, so. And I mean, Skittles, I'm still not doing a fucking Pokédex entry. Pokédex entry, sorry. What's your goal for the whole playthrough? Oh, Franz Joseph Jaina. This is a Let's Play. Oh. Hello, my kitty. What you doing, baby girl? The Let's Play, I've been doing it for some time now. My goal is just to play the game. No, I'm not gonna catch every Pokemon in the Pokédex. Catch as many as I can. I think that's what ruined my Heart Gold playthrough. I mean, I did criticize the game, and I stand by it, and I know it's like, it's confirmation bias to look up exactly what you think and then find someone who believes that, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm not alone in believing that, and that my opinion is validated by someone else having that opinion. Is that bad? The Johto games are really poorly balanced in terms of wild Pokemon. All the Pokemon in the wild, and I guess some trainers, according to someone online, are low leveled. So once you get to a certain point, it's very hard to train your Pokemon. Now, I've gotten past where I'm stuck at in the actual cartridge game of Heart Gold. Maybe more than once. But I think I might have beaten Glance by now. I was stuck on the champion for a long time, like years. Like, I left the cartridge, I kept going back to it and trying to beat it. I did beat him eventually, but then my problem is, I wanted to transfer all my Pokemon upward, but now my problem is Black and White, or Black and White 2. Those games are the fucking bane of my existence in terms of Pokemon. One thing, I do not like Black and White very much. I don't hate it, but I don't see the hype over it. And I didn't love it when I played it. But it's better than... I would rather play that than play like the Alola games to a certain extent. I like the character customization in those games. But again, like I've said many times, I like games with a canon character that's just that character. You don't customize them. It's not you, so you're not a special snowflake. Like, but I also like being able to customize the character, not so it looks like me, not so it looks like my true self or whatever. Because I started using RPGs as a creative outlet to develop my own fictional characters, not OCs, not like for fan fiction. Well, partly, I guess, but for my original fan fiction, the character, or not my original fan fiction, original fiction. The characters came from my fan fiction originally, and the name Jason came from a Star Wars fan fiction. I played the first 3 gen as well as Poke Shield. Okay. What was I gonna say? In order to transfer my Pokemon upward to Pokemon Home, I have to beat... I'd like either... Not Jason Solo from Star Wars. It was a main, like an original character. I made the book was terrible. This was years ago when I was like 12 that I wrote a whole Star Wars book. It wasn't very long. It was like, I don't know how many chapters, but it was not very good. It was basically just these 2 twins traveling across the galaxy, having a history lesson with involving some characters that should be dead, and then they're back for some reason. Somehow, all these characters returned. Somehow, Palpatine returned. But then, the story that I had in my head was better than what I wrote on the paper. The name Jason was based on my ex-uncle. He was still with my aunt at the time. I don't know if you talk about that, but he wasn't... not a very good man. And even then, when they were still together, I didn't really like him very much. I just liked that name. I think that's why I made Jason be the guy that turns to the dark side, maybe? I just liked that name, and then his brother was Joey, and there were 2 twins living on Tatooine, with their mother and father, and their older brothers who were also twins. The older brothers left to become Jedi, and then, even though it was like some time after Return of the Jedi, I still had sand troopers collecting taxes. It was really stupid. I was 12. They killed the father, and they killed the mother, and they killed their neighbor. And so Jason and Joey went off in their starship to find a new life for themselves, and use this book, this history book, to understand the past. But like they had other people read it to them, including Boba Fett, I think? Or maybe there was just someone talking about Boba Fett. But at some point they went to Mace Windu's homeworld, and he was there. Like, not he's still alive, it's more like he's alive again. And they fought droidicas, and there was like something on Kashyyyk. Yeah. But I don't know how. I think it was 30 years after Revenge of the... or wait, is The Force Awakens 30 years after? Because my book, I think, was 30 years. It was the same amount of years. But I just had these characters, I don't know, they went to Nar Shaddaa and met this guy who ended up being their real father, and he gave them lightsabers on Kashyyyk. I don't remember the whole plot. Now I'm just remembering certain things. So it sounds like when you're trying to explain a dream to someone, it sounds like you're fucking crazy. But it was going to be eventually like they go to the Jedi Temple, they become Jedi. Their older brothers are their well, see, I didn't like The Force Awakens specifically because it was just a rehash of A New Hope. I didn't mind the second one, like it was kind of reverse of a lot of people, but I didn't like that they had so much potential, and I thought they were going to the whole like Jedi Bendu thing from like the Clone Wars, where it's like there is no light or dark, there's only the Force. Like and that's in Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Kyle Katarn himself says that you can use light side and dark side powers, and it's not about good or evil. It's not, these powers aren't inherently good or evil, it's about how you use them, and that's what I would say. George Lucas himself, like, is like, he doesn't understand what balance means. He's like, the balance of the Force was getting rid of the Sith forever. And apparently he didn't like the extended universe stuff. So, but actual balance would be balancing light and dark, where there's not too many Jedi, there's not too many Sith, or there's not too many light side powers or dark side powers, and a balanced person, a balanced Force user, is not blinded by the dark side, but they're also not blinded by the light side, where they're not, because the whole attachment thing, like, it's okay to be in love, and it's okay to be angry, but you need to control your emotions, and you need to control your attachments, like, whatever, yeah. Like KOTOR 2 first had the most potential, definitely, but it just got wasted as I haven't even seen the last one, and not because people hate, like, I just didn't care at that point. I was like, you know what, I'm a writer, I got other things to care about, like, I'm done with Star Wars well, I'm not done with Star Wars, really, and Harry Potter, I'm kind of done with, like, those things I liked as a kid, and it's not like I grew out of them, it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of sick of adaptations, and I like the concept of Star Wars more than Star Wars itself, and I like all the extended universe stuff more than the main story. The Knights of the Old Republic comics are fucking amazing, and the Knights of the Old Republic games are fucking amazing. And what I like about KOTOR 2 is that you are a Jedi from the beginning. You're a former Jedi, instead of being either a soldier or like a smuggler or whatever the other one was. Although there's downsides to that as well. But yeah, my whole fanfiction was going to be like either a trilogy or multiple trilogies where Jason and Joey, they become their brother's apprentices, I think, and then the one guy turns to the dark side, and then there's like their actual father, who I think they didn't know was their father, is on Hoth, and he didn't get back to them, so the Jedi Council doesn't want Jason to go after him, but he does anyways, and he lets his anger get the better of him when the guy that he met, like the guy that he doesn't know is his father, is like killed or whatever, and he kills a Sith, and then basically becomes a Sith because he went so angry. I don't know. And he hates the Jedi because they wouldn't let him go after the guy who turned out to be his father. Which there were more non-Force using character focused stories. Yeah, I mean, I like superpowers and stuff like that. So but what I do like is the idea of a world, whether it's Star Wars with sci-fi or it's just whatever, like a fictional shared universe where some stories are just like, say a cop show that has nothing to do with people with superpowers, but it's based in like Marvel Universe or DC Universe, or it's like in Star Wars or something like that, or there's like, because I'm writing a whole multiverse thing, and it's not like how Marvel and DC do the multiverse, where they kind of have to shove it into it's a gimmick, but gimmicks are not always bad. Like with the movies, they're kind of it kind of has gotten old because they're just using it as an excuse to bring back old actors, and it's not the best writing. Even with DC, like the frickin' the CW universe was terrible at times. And also, I think that I'm sick of live action adaptations of things, especially comic books. Like, I would prefer to watch animation adaptations of Marvel and DC stuff because you can do so much more. You can freaking hire whatever actor you want without changing the character. Like, as long as their voice matches who the character is. So, like, kind of how before he quit, the guy that played Cleveland Brown in Family Guy was a white dude, and then he probably was like guilt tripped by someone, or he just felt guilty and was like, I'm done. And then this black dude became Cleveland Brown, and his voice is like identical, which is amazing. But you could have a white character voiced by a black man or an Asian man, like, and they have like an American accent, you know what I mean? Like, then you can have the diversity of actors getting paid, but their characters are not necessarily their race. That people might not like that, but like I just think, for one thing, I don't like when characters' hair color is changed as much as I don't like when a character's skin color is changed. Like Kratos, I don't know anything about God of War. Are you talking about God of War? DC cartoon movies were bangers. Yeah, the DC animated movie universe, like Flashpoint, is the reason that I bought Flashpoint way after New 52, and then I've been reading New 52 very, very slowly. I'm very like a procrastinator on things, and I want to read everything at once, like reading New 52 and Rebirth and old comics all at the same time, and going up and down the timeline. During 2020, I watched the channel Comics Explained, and the voice actor was black. Okay, yeah, of Kratos. And I kind of fell in love with DC. Before that, I was like more of a Marvel guy. I liked Batman, but I didn't know too much about the other characters. And then I kind of really gained an appreciation for like the Flash and Green Lantern. Like, there's some really good Green Lantern comic books. Even Wonder Woman. Like, I like mythology, so it's not like it's all lady vagina things. Nowadays comic books are kind of terrible because of all the certain kinds of the way that they do politics. It's not that there's politics, it's the way they do it. Or like Wonder Woman dying, quote unquote, and landing in Norse heaven and meeting Thor in the DC universe, and he's a dick. And then there's like Valkyries protesting outside of Asgard or something for equal pay or something like that. It's like, what the fuck? Can you just like have a one-off comment? Have like, I don't know, because obviously some of those issues are important to tell people about, and comic books have always been political. Star Wars has always been political. Lots of things have always been political, but it's the way they go about it nowadays that's wrong. Like, of course, Star Wars is political because it's Star Wars. Of course, Captain America is political because he's fucking Captain America. Like, there's lots of political things in comic books that are very subtle. Or not subtle, but just handled well. And like diversity of characters, like fucking what's his name? Jon Stewart is one of the best freaking Green Lanterns. He's the best Green Lantern if Hal Jordan is not the best. Hal Jordan is kind of favored because he's Hal Jordan. but arguably Jon Stewart is better. So I fell in love with DC Comics, and I was already writing my multiverse stuff. I've been writing a thing with multiverse since 2015, and the multiverse is the entire backdrop of it. It's not just there's this universe that's things are going on in, and then all of a sudden there's multiverse stuff. It's like the whole point of the whole thing. So like there's a universe where it's this universe. There's a universe. They're all kind of based on like it's a split timeline more so. So this group of aliens with superpowers who were the original basis for the original like the first religion, and that they were the gods were based on them, and then over time it spread throughout the world, and different people saw them differently. But it's this group of people, and I want to take yeah. Like, and the thing is about like gay characters and trans characters or whatever. You can put those in things. I'm pretty sure there are gay people who say, okay, no, this is tokenism. Like, don't force this. It has to be subtle, not something subtle, but it has to flow properly. And like if a character is a one-dimensional character and their whole fucking character is that they're gay or trans or disabled or black, that's not good. There are people who are those things that are okay with writing them or okay with reading them, but there's also people that are those things that are not okay with that and are like, just write it how you would write anyone else. Like, people are people. People are themselves before their skin color or their race or their sexuality or their gender identity or their disability. There are people who will put down like deaf or blind people for not wanting to be deaf or blind because they're not in touch with the deaf or blind community. I don't remember which one it was that I read, but like nowadays disabled people are not allowed to want to not be disabled. I have a disability, sort of. I mean, I have cancer, and I also have neurofibromatosis, which gave me cancer, and I have tumors all over my body, which have been shocking me since 2017. I'm taking all kinds of drugs which make me tired. I'm constantly in pain, or it's either my tumor's shocking me, or I'm sore, or I'm itchy, or I'm just uncomfortable. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Group of aliens that maybe they had something to do with the creation of humans, maybe not, but there was a ancient civilization that was a global civilization, and then there was a flood caused by a comet impact, and they left, and then a group of people went around the world spreading information about them and teaching hunter-gatherer people about agriculture, and then skip to 1938, which was the year that the first Superman comic came out. They returned because someone summoned them. So Earth 1 is the Earth where that didn't happen. And so this group of gods, some of them want to rule over humans, some of them want to work with humans. There's a civil war, and then the timeline splits, and there's further civil wars or battles between there's 6 gods at least. 6 quote-unquote gods, and so each timeline is a timeline where a different god or alien is ruling it. So it's still Earth, but it's not post 1940s, 1950s Earth, and their war replaced World War II. But what I want to do is have oh, there's a medieval Roman like fantasy Earth. There's a science fantasy Earth. There's an Earth like Mad Max or Fallout. There's an Earth run by women, and that's kind of a political thing where it shows that no, you can't say men are awful and women would be better as rulers, because this is an example of it being the same thing. That was in the show Sliders, which is these group of characters going between different universes. And there was a world where one day women just decided to take over, and the way that women treated the men was exactly like the way some men treat women. So it was a lesson in people are awful no matter what's between their legs. Can be awful. And like I can make a Western world, I can make like a zombie world, but also within one universe I could have one-off stories where they're all connected, but it's just you choose which series you want to read. It's sort of like comic books, but not always superheroes. It could be people without superpowers, and they're just like a hospital show or a cop show or a firefighter show or just whatever, but it's all in this world. It's sort of like how technically the movie Machete is set in the same universe as Spy Kids. And Machete is like that, oh, what's that guy? It's like a dude with like a, I don't even know what that movie's about, but Machete is their uncle. Yeah. So I have a world that's basically like Star Wars anyways, because there's laser swords and magic. And wars in space, which really wouldn't happen because there's no gravity. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna do this Pokédex entry. I'm not gonna be beating the gym. I said that in there, but then I got to the gym leader, and I'm like, wait a minute, have I failed to him already? And I think I have. So I'm just gonna train this episode. It might not be for very much longer. At least I'm not as tired as I was. I was falling asleep and just zoning out just a little while ago. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Number 43. Psyduck, the duck Pokemon. Water type. 2 feet 7 inches. 43.2 pounds. Overwhelmed by enigmatic abilities, it suffers a constant headache. It sometimes uses mysterious powers. Too much going on, but like, you don't have to know the whole story. Like, there's not too many, like, it's not all connected. It doesn't have to all be an overarching plot. There can just be little things, little stories. Like, you can like this one series that's in this whole universe or whole multiverse, but it's not all connected. It doesn't have to all be connected. I don't know. Like, when shows or stories or like movies that have nothing to do with each other at all technically take place in the same universe, I think that's cool. Because all kinds of things happen in the real world that are not even remotely connected. But, you know, we're all connected. We are all one. God, you'd think that I just, like, smoked a big fat doobie, but I didn't. Or drank a fucking drink. Maybe it's me being tired? I mean, I went to bed at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning last night, and then I was up longer in, like, on my bed trying to code. And then I woke up at like 8 o'clock and had to you know, eat breakfast quickly and stuff, and then I went to Toronto, and it took so long to get there, and then get back, and I was falling asleep in the waiting room waiting for this doctor, and it happened again where I could have just stayed home, phone call, like, I'm getting sick of my parents having to take a day off work because they're so involved in my medical life, and my dad having to drive all the way to Toronto for something that could have been done over the phone. Like, unless you have to examine me or you have to freaking cut a piece of me open to see if there's more cancer in it or if it's growing or something like that. Because that's what they did last year, and they examined it and were like, "Yep, that's cancerous. That big tumor on your neck is cancerous. We're gonna get rid of it." And then it turned out to be in my spine, from my spine, and they got as much as they could out of it. Oh, and then I was constipated the whole second visit because of all the frickin' hydromorphone they were pumping into me. Because my stomach was hurting, so I don't know. And I couldn't poop for so long, and I couldn't get up to poop because something happened. My spine leaked, so I had to have a frickin' lumbar drain in me. And I was in there even longer because it started draining. It started leaking again at some point. It was hell, and I was in this room with this man who was very sick, and like he was noisy, and like he would get up at the middle of the night, and so people would come in and turn on the lights, and I just could not sleep ever. Well, the first night, it was the first surgery. I was very upset because I thought I was going to be in the hospital for like a few days, and I could not sleep the first night, and I was like crying, and I don't want to do this, like I don't want to be in here for several more nights. And I was in there for one more night. Like the morning, like I couldn't sleep that next night. I was walking around the hall, mostly listening to episodes of shows that I had on my phone. And I would walk around the hall and then go find somewhere to sit and sit and watch and repeat, and go back to the room and then come and fill up my... What, did I fill up my water bottle? No, I don't think I had a water bottle. I think I would just go pee. Or maybe I did have water. No, I don't think I had water at the hospital. I think I'm going crazy. And then in the morning, they took out my... there was like tubes that had to be in me to drain stuff from my tumor, and the guy's like, "Yeah, you can go home today." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And my mom had like planned to eventually have my brother and my sister-in-law go up there to visit me, and we would go to when I was able to move around the hospital, we would go to this one sitting area that was apparently a beautiful atrium thing. And no, I texted my mom like, okay, they said I could leave today, and so they came and got me. It was kind of a long time, but it was way better than the next time. Holy shit. So if I have to have the one on my neck like removed again because it started draining or started growing again, I'll probably only be in there for a couple days, and it won't be as bad. 40... Oh, it's the exact same thing, so yeah. It does more. Yeah, so if I hadn't had freaking constipation, my stomach wouldn't have been hurting the whole time, and it also looks like you're spreading the experience between too many of your Pokemon. Should just do 2, maybe 3. No, you gotta train a whole team. That's the whole point. When I was growing up, I would always... Well, I guess I got through a lot of... games doing that, where I would spam my starter for the most part. Like, I'm not gonna... In Heart Gold, I think I would train way too many Pokemon. Like, I would put them in... Like, try to get every single Pokemon I had to a certain level. Well, maybe I don't need the Zubat and stuff. Like, I can go in here. I also caught a few Pokemon, so I'll get my Psyduck out of the PC. Okay, Psyduck. Oh, no, no, no. Well, maybe for now you're right if I'm trying to, What is this? Oh, like, train a whole team, but focus on 2 or 3 at a time, and not the whole team. And not just have a team of 2 or 3. Okay. Yeah. I can put some of these back into the PC. Like, this is probably good without Shinx here. Oh, and I'll take the Quick Claw from this Cricketune. Oh, fuck's sakes. Yes. I always go on, like, long tangents about the exact same thing in my videos. Like, I'll go on long tangents about my stories, my writing, and I'm basically giving away the whole plot, but I don't know how to explain it without giving away the whole plot. And I suppose one thing, it's okay if you know a lot of plot elements of what I'm writing. It's going to be the journey and not the destination, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, like, if you know a synopsis of a movie, you don't know everything that happens. Like, you can have you can take a plot of something and do it terribly, and then do that same thing wonderfully, I think, if that makes sense. So there's be a lot of training that happens with my Pokemon videos, and now oh shit, what am I doing? And now I've got a lot of Pokemon Let's Play. I got a lot of Let's Plays going because I just keep on doing new games. I have a problem. I want to do everything at once. Jack of all trades, master of none. Oh, there's a cat. So I didn't start Pokemon Shield because I was in pain like the whole fucking day. That was a very bad day for me. I woke up, it was like 6 o'clock, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna do a stream before breakfast, before I have to take my pills. So I was trying to do it and do a certain character. Like, I have a list of my fictional characters, so I just use an RNG to go through that and be like, okay, which one? And included in that is the quote-unquote canon character. But I'll do that for Sword. I always do it with Sword, like red, gold, ruby, or emerald, platinum, which is why I'm using Dawn. I had a Let's Play years ago. I might have to do it again, to be honest. where I was playing as Dawn or as May because I believed that she was the canon character, and it like balances out the two boys that are. I don't think Chris or Lyra are the main canon character. Lyra or Chris may be the canon character of the Game Boy universe or timelines like Crystal, but I think it's Red, Gold, or Ethan. I think Ethan is his name and Gold is his nickname. That's how I see it. And then it balances out with May and Dawn. Originally, I was like, Lucas is the main character because there's a character in the Kanto games in Fire Red where there's a girl named Dawn traveling with an old man. And I was like, that's obviously Dawn traveling with Rowan. But for one thing, the character that you're not playing as was not training with Rowan. And that character, that girl, that lass's name in the Japanese version is not Hikari, which is what Dawn is. She's a Hikari. Which is also the same name as one of the characters from Digimon Adventure, Hikari. Yagami or Kamiya. So Tai's little sister is Hikari, and it means light. Like she's the Digidestined of light. Or no. Yeah. Courage, friendship, love, knowledge, purity. Wait, no. Hold on. Joe is sincerity, Mimi is purity, but in the dub, Mimi was sincerity and Joe was reliability. Ow. And then TK is hope, Kari is light. And obviously, light, dawn. There you go. Hikari is Japanese for light, I think. And also, they're the focus in the anime, and maybe they're not the focus of the manga, but this is kind of like a mix between the three, but it's the game universe. I guess I'm trying to just develop a canon. But anyways, Shield, I was going through a lot of pain that day. Like in the morning, I was like in pain, or my neck was hurting me, or like I kept on getting shocked, and I just couldn't do it. So I went and had breakfast, and I just the whole day I didn't stream anything except for struggling to do this one episode of Pokemon Shield because I was in so much pain all day. But I've started Violet, or was it Scarlet, as a girl named Scarlet. Yeah, but I have played. I also played Fire Red as Red, where I modded in areas where you could catch a Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur and Squirtle, and then more Pikachus more frequently in the Viridian Forest. So it's like Red got Charmander from Professor Oak, and then he caught a Pikachu in the Viridian Forest, which obviously. And then he caught Squirtle and Bulbasaur later himself, and not given it to him, like in Pokemon Yellow. And then I had him have a Snorlax and Eevee and Lapras, and that's his team. And I definitely believe that since Red has Espeon, Blue / Green / I guess Gary, if you want to call him that, has an Umbreon, and that it fits him so well. Like, has there ever been him with an Umbreon? Like, has he had an Umbreon? Because if you just like imagine the character in your mind standing with an Umbreon, it makes sense. And Leaf would have Leafeon, I guess. Or Leaf would have one of the original 3 of them. And maybe Dawn and Lucas have Leafeon and Iceon, which Leafeon and, well, I guess Jolteon, Flareon. So Vaporeon is not that on the nose. Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Umbreon, Espeon, those are not very on the nose. Iceon and Leafeon are just very on the nose names. Like, what is their Japanese name? The same thing. And then was it Sylveon? It's the fairy type one, and that's been it. And they haven't released a new evolution in years. I really hope they do soon. I would very much like to see a normal type evolution where it's just a natural evolution of Eevee. Where it's just like a bigger Eevee. I think that would look nice. It might not be a good Pokemon, but I just... Also, I took a program. It was Windows computer administration and networking or something like that. Computer systems technician networking, and I did not like most of the classes, and I wasn't very good at it. I had to find ways of getting my work done. But I had a Python programming course, which the professor was kind of a dickhead and an idiot. He taught us like the wrong thing, or rather, like there is a conventional naming standard for Python, and he taught us the wrong one and told us to never use underscores. I think, even though that's the Python naming convention. But he also said companies will have their own naming conventions, so there's no standard then. And that's why I don't care when I do things differently. And I took that. Our final project was to make a game, and I was going ham trying to make this RPG based on my writing. And then I was like, hey, I gotta slow down a little bit because I'm having too much fun. So I dialed it back a bit to create the game for my class, but as soon as I was done with that, as soon as I dropped out because of my cancer and my surgeries and the radiation, I started like continuing the RPG, and I've been still writing it since then. And I'm gonna take what basically a skeleton of a game and use it to make Pokemon fan games. I could make any kind of fan games as an RPG, or it may not have to be an RPG, but I'm trying to make a text-based RPG that's like really in-depth, so that people can focus on the game and not the graphics. Like, care more about a good game than if these textures look real. You know? Like, care more about having fun with a cool game rather than complaining about, well, frame rate is a thing to complain about, but like textures, who cares if the frickin' trees in Pokemon Sword and Shield don't look like hyper-realistic 8K trees? Like, Jesus, man. Okay, let's try to fight him again. I do have this whole strategy. I could just do this. He does have an Onyx as well. I really hope this works. I don't know what he said just now. I'm using the speed. Fuck me. I fucking hate when this happens in Pokemon games. He's knocked out. So there's nothing I can do. Fuck's sakes. He's too fast. And now I can't just reload a save state because Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. Because I trained a bunch. I'm not very good at this. It's also harder to play these kinds of games when you have to also focus on commentary and being entertaining and being funny, and like you don't have to force jokes, but like when you're just playing on your own, you can just throw on a like a YouTube video or a movie or a show or music, and just have at her. It's a Let's Player's curse. Like, as soon as you hit, you could be like the top frickin' MLG in the world, and as soon as you hit that record button, you become frickin' little Jimmy who's 4 years old. Good luck on the grind. I'm gonna sleep now. It's midnight. That's fine. It's almost midnight. Yeah. Thank you for coming to the stream, Franz, Joseph, Jaina. I appreciate it. And you're on YouTube. Yep. Thank you. See you another time. Talk to you another time. Have a good night. I don't know if I can show, like, scroll back up so it shows the chat on the screen now. Like, am I able to show the whole thing? No, I don't think so. Nah, that's okay. It wasn't showing before. I wanted to put on the camera so you can see how frickin' tired I am. This is funny. This is annoying. I'm gonna end it here. That's gonna be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. So if you liked the episode or videos, hit like if you really liked it or them, and subscribe if you want to and haven't done that already. Comment and share, hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Check out the links in the description or descriptions. Do whatever else you need to do or want to do, wherever else I may have uploaded this, wherever else I may be watching it in the future if you're not watching it on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I'm Anti-HyperLink. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, shoes. It doesn't have to be right in the freaking camera.